afternoon, and evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Zachary Nolan. Carter Nolan is behind the camera.
Yep.
So, game 23. First off, thank you for clicking on this video. If you are new to the channel, please go hit the subscribe button and be sure to like the video because you know what? That's nice. That's just a nice thing to do. Now. That's a nice thing. Yeah, right. So, yeah, you guys should have seen a new intro. If you didn't, then we forgot it and messed up, which you'll see then the next time we wait Montreal. But if we remembered it, good on us. Anyway, Carter designed that intro.
I certainly hope so.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was like, let's spice it up a little.
Spice it.
Spice it up.
Anyway, so the Winnipeg Jets defeat the Montreal Canadiens 4-3 in overtime to improve to 5-0 in overtime and 15-7-1. Oh, that's just great. And now they sit a little more comfortably in second place behind the Toronto Maple Leafs, of course, who, as of recording, are losing 2-1 to the Vancouver Canucks. Yeah. Because remember, like, we were talking about this, how Edmonton had games in hand? Well, Edmonton went, like, they got nothing in the 3 games against the Leafs. I heard about McDavid just not getting points. Yeah. Anyway, so, which is important, though, because we have 9 more games against the Leafs, so we need to beat them a couple times. But anyway, on to this game. So, Hellebuyck is back in net, and so is Jake Allen for the Montreal Canadiens. Both of them looked really good tonight, I will say. Honestly, there's both occasions where this game really could have ran up the score, but both of them kept it pretty steady. First period, I really enjoyed the first period, actually. I would argue this is probably one of the better periods the Jets have had all season. Everything just seemed to be going right. First line was cycling the puck extremely well, and even the other 3 lines were just doing their part to try to make a difference on the ice. The forecheck looked really strong, and honestly, it's funny, Paul Stastny, I wouldn't have normally thought as a fit as a first-line left winger. He looks very comfortable with that group, especially because that group isn't the fastest group, but they all excel at passing and shooting, and turns out Paul Stastny can fire the puck. So
I mean, we all knew he could pass.
Yeah, well, Stastny would record 2 goals. His first goal, though, would be off of Blake Wheeler passing the puck to the front of the net. It would go off Stastny's foot. Reaction here. Yeah! Woo! Way to go! Good job. Honestly, this start to this game, I just feel so relaxed. Like, I've written down 2 notes. All it is it's been back and forth, and I just like it. And, yeah, good job. We've played the top line a lot in the first 10 minutes, and it's paid off. That was a great play to set up a goal. Out of way, boys. And I thought they'd maybe take a look at this because if you look at the slow motion review of this, Stastny is moving his foot towards the net as the puck hits it. However, it's not because he's kicking it. It's because he's trying to adjust himself in. And if you look at his body language, he doesn't look down until after the puck goes past him into the net, which is him just trying to stay centered while he's in a puck battle in the front. Now, not long after that, there was a little pushback on the next shift, though. Hellebuyck would have to make some great saves in net to stop the Montreal Canadiens from tying it right afterwards. And then later on in the first period, Tyler Toffoli with a gift to Matthew Perreault, who said, "Thank you, I'm going to score the exact same way as I scored the last game against the Vancouver Canucks." Reaction here. Woohoo! He did it again! Holy crap! Matthew Perreault! He's becoming the greatest 4th liner of all time. How about that? And just like that, the Winnipeg Jets will take a 2-0 lead into the second period. And this is where the game goes a little off the rails for the Jets because, if I'm being honest, like, I really enjoyed the first period. I felt really relaxed, felt really good. Second period, not so much. It felt... So first off, early period, Corey Perry just gives a forearm shiver right to Connor Hellebuyck, because of course he does. It's Corey Perry. I expect nothing less. Hellebuyck falls back, no penalty in the play. Montreal looked a little bit sloppy early in the second period, but they would really turn that around. Kopp takes a tripping penalty. The tripping penalty in question is a little bit of a slew foot that catches the Montreal player. It's a call. It's a penalty. It is. It's not the strongest. It's not as bad as the Brett Pesce slew foot that's going around the league right now, but it is a slew foot. And then Brendan Gallagher, on a play that Corey Perry takes out from the corner, Corey Perry will walk out to the front of the net and just force that play into existence. There'll be 2 shots on the net with a lot of guys blocking in front, and the puck will just spit out loose to Brendan Gallagher, who has practically a wide open net, who will put it past Connor Hellebuck to make it 2-1. Reaction here. A solid kill, and we've wasted a lot of time because they had to keep going after the puck, and then they waited like 30 seconds before making a movement. Watch. That's why. Oh! God. Damn it. He made the first, 2. And the thing is when the thing is as a defender on the penalty kill, you have to realize the second that play really gets centered in front of Hellebuck, where it was, it's for at least 2 chances. 1, 2, 3. And our guys converge and then just can't get it there. Yeah. And yeah, after that, the Jets got caught up on breakouts a bit. I felt that when we were trying to pass out, a lot of the times our forwards kind of just would jump the gun and would leave the zone, and that led to a lot of times the puck not going cleanly out of the zone, and not necessarily forcing us to ice it, but it would force us to be pushed back at our own blue line, which is usually means we're at odd numbers, so that's not something you like to see. Duran would take a hooking penalty, and this would lead to our first power play of the game, and yes, our first power play of the game. And this was interesting, because we started the second power play unit. If anyone's wondering what that unit is, that's the feed Nikolai Ehlers the puck so he can walk in and do his thing power play unit. That's pretty much what it is. There's no setup. Right. It's give it to Ehlers, watch Ehlers do that thing where he walks in and you're like, how did he get so much room? And then he comes in and fires it. Now, I like that, because Ehlers has a hell of a shot when he can get it off. And he gets it off from that spot consistently. Here's the problem. You need to set up a screen in front of Jake Allen for that shot. Because Ehlers can fire the puck hard, but Allen has enough time to react almost every time. And Montreal is not dumb. Montreal is going to try to put guys in front to block it. You need to have the guy who's playing down low recognize that Ehlers is not coming in to pass it, and he needs to shift over in front of Allen to try to provide a screen there, like how the 2 Montreal players screened Allen the last time we played against them. After that, honestly, after that, the power play was kind of meh. The puck went out of our end, and we never really got it set up after that. And honestly, that would just become something that leads to Foley's tip-in goal that would tie the game at 2-2. Reaction here. Come on! Come on! Oh my God! 100% Forbert. Oh, hell, he's not happy. Okay. Hellebuck is not happy at all. That's 100% Forbert's fault. He made 2 turnovers somehow. In 3 seconds, he made 2 turnovers. How do you do that so badly? Hellebuck seemed upset about this one. It's weird. So, this goal is 100% Derek Forbert's fault.
And as you were very vocal about
I was extremely mad about it. I'll explain why. Because he gives it up 2 times in a matter of 3 seconds. Forbert gets the puck in our left corner. Okay. He goes to dump it up, and it goes right into the Montreal player's stick, who just happens to accidentally move his stick forward. That's the first giveaway. So then Forbert says, ah, crap, and then rims it around the boards right to another Montreal Canadiens player.
Yeah.
Derek!
And you know what's frustrating about this? Because it was at this point where it seemed like we were having trouble getting out of our own zone. And as a defenseman, when you're having zone trouble, like getting out of your own zone, rimming the puck is the last thing you want to do. Because your forwards are tired, they're not going to get there first.
Yeah.
And what you have to do as a defenseman in that kind of a situation is off the glass and out.
Yeah.
Off the glass and out, you don't take the icing, but you have enough time to get your guys off and get some clean legs on.
Yeah. And honestly, that's all I have to say about the second period. This second period, it's funny, it wasn't like a horrible period, but compared to where it started, it just felt like such a downgrade. And I even wrote down, I hate this period for what it represents. Because it represents us playing down, not necessarily to the Montreal Canadiens, because they are a totally capable team when they want to be. We are playing down to this less than averageness and almost coasting sense that we sometimes play with. When we fall behind, we sometimes play with that. When we get a lead and decide, you know what, that's all good. I'm done for the day. It's when it happens, and that's what's cost us on the games that we've lost. And that's totally okay to be mad about the games we've lost, even when we win a lot. So this was said. Forbert had 10 block shots after the second period. He would finish the game with 11 block shots. Now, I have mixed feelings about this. One, that's really good for him, okay, that he's blocking shots. I've kind of figured out why, though. And this actually has to do with the Tyler Toffoli goal.
You figured it out, huh?
It's easy to block shots when you are standing right in front of the goalie. That means you are 100% blocking the net and 50% blocking the goalie. Now, again, I like Derek Forbert. However, is Derek Forbert really a second-pair defenseman? Probably not.
Yeah, he was just kind of...
We play him second pairing because we put him with Pionk, because Pionk can pretty much pick up anyone's slack, if I'm being completely honest.
Yeah, and kind of the way that Forbert came into the season kind of hot. I feel like they kind of... Maurice still puts him there, kind of hoping that, you know, he gets that spark and gets going again.
Now...
But, like, I think it's important, especially, like, for a defenseman blocking shots, like you were saying, you know, screening the goalie. That's kind of why you... Like, yeah, you got to get low when you're blocking those shots so the goalie still has vision.
Right. So, moving on into the third period, it would stay tied for a little bit until Mark Scheifele would find Paul Stastny, who just happened to wander into the Montreal Canadiens zone, it seems, who would walk out and snipe past Jake Allen to make it 3-2. Reaction here. Yeah! Paul! Wow! How about that? Playmaker goes for the snipe. I was looking down because I was like, wow, Chris Kreider's getting the natural hat trick, and Stastny's actually getting close on that. So that's a great play down low because he's sitting there. Oh! What are they giving you? Oh, he's like creaking. He's already low in his stance. So Paul's just like, thanks. And yeah, Stastny's got his second of the night. And what a good goal. Allen was very deep in his net on this shot, which I can understand because the way that Paul comes up from the side of the net, goalies hate it, myself included, because the way we set up beside the net, as opposed to in front of the net, is we have to move out like this, off the post, so we're not just giving everything here. But we then actually have to take a step forward. Allen takes a small step forward, and he's almost already in the butterfly before Stastny takes the shot. And he's like this. So Stastny just goes right over the shoulder on him, and there's nothing Allen can do to stop it, pretty much. So good job there. Ehlers walks in right after that and just wires it off the crossbar. And then not too long after, Weber punches Stastny in the head. Like, just flat in the head. It might have been even in the face.
Yeah, he has been battling with him.
So he's battling. So Stastny's battling with Weber. Weber loses his stick. And Weber's a powerful guy. So when Weber's trying to do this, he usually has a stick to keep his hands, like, contained. But when Stastny turns to him, Weber just goes like this, like he would have with two things to go like that. But instead, he's not holding anything and just and I'm like, oh, okay, oh, we're doing that. And credit to Stastny. Stastny, after getting walloped in the face, was like, yeah, no, I'm not taking a penalty. We'll go on the power play. But I don't like this power play. It took us a minute and a half to get any power play chance.
Yeah, was this the power play where we could not get it? Our zone entry was just terrible.
It was bad. Yes, I agree. But anyway, there was it was a bit of nervous two-way play. The puck was just going back and forth. Lowry has a great forecheck, and that leads to Wheeler taking 2 good shots in the net that don't go in. But it's worth noting because it really showed some of the stuff that was great in the first period, and that was good to see in the third. Montreal pulls the goalie, and then late in the third period, Corey Perry would tip it in the net. I don't know. So I think what happened is Jonathan Drouin is in front of the net, dead front of the net, with one of our players. I forget the defenseman who it is. And Hellebuck kind of does this thing where what goalies sometimes do is when we have a screen, we kind of don't know where the holes are in that screen, even if it's beside us. So if the puck's going like this, we kind of have to go into it. And so Hellebuck goes into it blindly, and it just happens to tick off. I'm guessing our player because I don't think Perry was the guy in front of the net. If Perry was the guy in front of the net, hit Perry. Just saying that outright because everyone thought Duran scored, but it was Perry. Hits off that and goes right past Hellebuck to make it 3-3, and that would be No, there's, reaction here.
Come on, guys.
Weber's the trigger man. We all know this. No way! Hellebuck, no, because Hellebuck got...
Hold on a second.
No, here's the thing. Hellebuck got caught up with the guy in front of the net, which means either the guy in front of the net interfered, or Hellebuck just got really distracted. We will see.
I don't think there's anything that he could have done on that.
Yes, but here's the thing that I actually have to mention. Afterwards, Blake Wheeler gets slew-footed. Blake Wheeler, and I word for lip, and it was great because it's almost like a John Boy moment where he can because he does it for baseball where he reads lips. You guys should check it out if you haven't. It's actually really funny.
Don't need to do
he reads lips for baseball because a lot of times baseball players they don't have helmets on and all that, and unlike hockey that always zooms on what the players are doing, baseball uses a lot on what the players are saying to each other and stuff like that. It's like a gentleman's sport type thing. How it goes along with that.
Really, that's not golf.
Shut up. Anyway,
in baseball,
Wheeler gets
balls on the field.
Stop it, Wheeler. I want to make this fast. I want to do this quickly. Wheeler gets up, and the camera's in on him, and he's like, "That was a fucking slew foot." And I went, "Was it?" Going back, yep, absolutely slew foot. Also, and I'm realizing this now. If you guys ever want to see a slew foot happen, watch the corners because when players are along the boards, other players will either accidentally or purposefully come in from behind them to try to get the puck off them, and they'll just slew foot them. Wheeler got slew-footed, and he was not happy about it.
It happens a lot more than you'd think.
Yes, although nowadays they've been trying to crack down more on it and actually have defined it as a proper penalty.
That's good.
Now, going into the overtime here, I was a little nervous because I figured that Montreal would be a lot more ready for us this time. And they were. They were a lot more prepared. They didn't have Phil Deneau taking the first face-off draw, so that's an improvement. Great job, lads. Anyway, we had 3 reactions for the overtime because it was really terrifying. First off, Kyle Connor from a defensive play on our end gets a breakaway. Reaction here. Go, 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 go! Go! Speed! Speed, my boy! Speed! Fuck! Oh, damn it! God damn it! And he just doesn't bury it. He gets really close too. He just can't bury it. But such and such. We have a chance 2-on-1 later, and fair credit to us, we actually got the pass off. But Jake Allen makes a great save on that, just like he did on the breakaway. And then Hellebuck decides, you know what's cool? Robbing people. Let's do it again. Reaction here.
Oh! Oh!
Wow.
How the fuck did he save that?
My God, that was a good save. That was a really good save. And that would lead to... And actually, okay, this is the one thing I have to mention. Fantastic save. Afterwards, we put Andrew Kopp and Matthew Perreault and Neil Pionk as our three on overtime. I understand Pionk because he's one of our better... He's probably arguably our best defenseman.
But Kopp and Perreault.
I'm getting to that. I love Andrew Kopp. Don't put him in overtime. Don't make me hate Andrew Kopp. I love Andrew Kopp because he has a great forechecking game. But forechecking game just isn't the type of game you need in an overtime period. In a 5-on-5 overtime period, maybe, not in a 3-on-3 overtime period. Matthew Perreault should have be nowhere. I don't give a crap that you've scored 2 in the last two games. It doesn't warrant you being on you again. Both your goals, both you players have benefited from forechecking. What is one of the things that you really don't see too much of in overtimes when you think about it? Forechecking. It's always interceptions, turnovers. Yes, forechecking is a part of it, but a lot of the times when you're forechecking guys, if you're not playing it properly, you end up chasing them, and that creates rushes going the opposite direction.
Yeah.
Those two should not have been on the ice for that. I'm blaming Paul on that one. He should have sent the first line right back out. Just you're cycling. The only people you should be cycling through, I'll give Pionk a pass. Pionk can be out there.
Yeah.
Morrissey can be out there. Pionk, Morrissey, PLD, Ehlers, Stastny, Connor, Scheifele, Wheeler. Those are the only 8 players I want to see on the ice. The entire 3-on-3. That's it.
Yep.
There's no and don't get me wrong, I love our depth. Maybe throw Appleton out there for a little bit, but you put him with players that can carry his weight if he's not the best.
And if you're putting him out there, you put him out there to let your other guys kind of rest.
Yes.
Yeah.
But even then, but don't put out 2 of them there to let your guys rest. You put out 1.
Yeah.
Because against the Toronto Maple Leafs, for example, they would have ate you for breakfast. Yeah. Toronto has more offensive depth than the Canadiens. Let's get that out of the way. Toronto arguably has as much offensive depth as the Winnipeg Jets. That is an argument not for today. I'll tell you that right now. We don't have enough time to get into that argument. I want to keep this somewhat short and concise. But Winnipeg has the offensive talent, so do not misuse it. Anyway, that would lead us to putting out Pierre-Luc Dubois, Nikolai Ehlers, Kyle Connor. Fucking smart decision right there. So, Ehlers has the puck, and Joel Armia runs into Jeff Petrie in his own zone like a comical of errors, and Nikolai Ehlers, like a good Danish shark in the water, smells blood, goes right over to PLD. Thanks, see ya, bye. Reaction here.
Oh, goes out! Oh, Ehlers goes out! Yes! Yes! Sharks in the blood in the fucking water can run into each other, and Ehlers went, oh, here's my goal! Fucking let's go! Let's go!
They ran into each other.
Out! Get the fuck out of here! Woohoo! 6-0! The streak!
And just like that, Doobie-Doobie-Doo puts the game away, and the Winnipeg Jets will improve to 5-0 in overtime. I know I said 6-0. Goff. I'm allowed to get overhyped, and I accidentally misspoke the wrong number. Who cares? It was an overtime win. Will give me a pass. So 3 stars, or 3 stars, and the honorable 4th one. So 4th, who's gonna get the honorable mention?
It's good on games like this that we can have a 4th.
Yeah,
There are
it's
some
good on games like this where we can have the first 3. Honestly, so 4. I would say I can't give it to Forbert in good faith because of that second goal. That's not I can't. I'll give 4th to. Let me just think here for a second. Who do I want as my top 3? Okay, I'll give 4th to Pierre-Luc Dubois because I'll say this. Yes, he got the game winner, and it was in overtime. It was great goal. And just seeing him score in overtime is just makes you happy. That being said, I think he needs to work in practice more with Kyle Connor and Nikolai Ehlers. The passing is good. It's not great, though. There's a lot of times where it seems like they're not communicating properly on where to find certain lanes. And all three of those guys can really work well when they're going, and so they need to get going properly. That makes sense. I'm gonna give him 4 though because he did get the overtime winner. Number 3 will be. Number 3 will be. Ooh, this is a toughie. This is a tough one.
I thought you tried to figure out your 1, 2, 3 first.
I know. But I knew that Pierre-Luc Dubois wasn't perfect. That's why I knew I was giving him 4.
Fair enough.
Number 3, I will give Blake Wheeler. Blake Wheeler got an assist. He had a couple chances. He didn't let his emotions get the better of him and make him take a penalty or get a lazy slash penalty like he has in the couple games. He got a couple chances on net, and that was after him getting slew-footed. And honestly, slew-footing gets you really, really angry. It's 3-1 Canucks.
Over
the Leafs. Holy crap. Anyway, back to the story at hand. Number 2 will be Paul Stastny. Actually, you know what? No, I'll give 2 Connor Hellebuyck, and I'll give 1 Paul Stastny, because you know what? He deserves it. He got 2 goals. That was great for him. Also, all 4... No. Perreault had a good game. Perreault just misses the honorable mention, though, because his goal was the second goal of the game. And also, you know what? I can't just keep giving him cookies every time he gets 1 goal. Oh, top shit, buddy. Great job. You have 10 points. Do you know who else has 10 points? Half of our roster. So get out of here.
You just shit talk a guy for having a good game.
No, I'm just saying, don't. I'm not giving you a participation trophy every time.
Fair enough.
As a kid who absolutely kept score when he was 6 years old, I'm not giving you a frickin' participation trophy. I care about winning. I'll give Connor Hellebuyck number 2 because he had a very good game and he was a very calming presence back there. If I was to look at the goals that he let in, maybe just work on vision trying to see that puck, although sometimes that's asking a lot, especially because that's a two-way street with your defenseman as well. But it was good for him just to have a good game, and being second star ain't no slouch. First will be Paul Stastny because he had 2 goals, and it was just he's really gelling well on that first line. And as much as I give Paul Maurice flack, that was a good decision to put him on the first line. So I'm going to end this video here. I hope you enjoy it. Don't forget to like this video if you haven't already. And subscribe if you haven't already. Because if you got this far without subscribing, well, we've gotten to know each other quite well, haven't we?
I've looked into some of the stats.
Why you interrupted me now?
Wait, no, because
I was rolling!
It was something to do with this. Because I noticed that 50% of the people that watch our videos are not currently subscribed.
Oh, you're going to be one of those YouTube accounts for people. Yeah. Thank you for watching, but yeah, subscribe.
Please.
I was rolling! Damn it, boy!
Start rolling again.
Oh, freaking hell. No, but anyway, yes, please do subscribe. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram at No One Hockey Podcast. We also released a video earlier today that was on the TJ Oshie offside call. Those videos are a lot shorter in length, so it's easier for you guys to watch if you're interested. And also, we do take suggestions on that series, and we are going to be posting some goals from the past. Yes, the foot in the crease goal will get covered eventually. It's not coming yet, though. There's a build-up to that shit. And yeah, no, thank you for watching. Jets won again. PLD in overtime.
Go Jets, go.
Yeah. See you next time.